Carmen, the seductive gypsy heroine of the opera, will be played by Denyce Graves. Brought up on the wrong side of the tracks in Washington, she sang in the Baptist choir. Now a star in America, she's making her much-anticipated Covent Garden debut.
The only time I ever missed a cue on stage was at the Royal Opera House. People who were making this tape from the BBC were very aggressive and very curious people, and they followed us around everywhere. And as I left my dressing room, they said, "Miss Graves, can we get a few questions about blah, blah, blah?" And I said, "Listen, I've got to get to the stage." I said, "No problem, we've got our person in touch on the headphones with the stage manager, and we know that." And I said, "Listen, I really need to get out there." They said, no, you've got loads of time." Now, I know the opera, right? Shame on me. It is giving an interview in the wings, and I missed my cue. And I had to sing, "Hola, hola, José," you know. And they say, "Oh, Carmen, how nice it is to see you," basically, you know? And first of all, there was no "Hola, hola, José," and apparently everybody was looking, and somebody said, "Oh, Carmen, how nice it is to see you." And then I came in later, and I said, "Hola, je suis ici," like I'm here, you know? And everybody sort of looked like, where the heck were you, you know? It was one of those situations you really had to be there. My husband said to me, "Denyce, if you could have seen everybody's faces, you know, when the guys had to stop fighting, because they stopped fighting because I come out and I break it up. So there was no reason to stop the fight. And then he says, "Oh, Carmen, how nice it is to see," and there was no one there, you know. So it was really one of those unforgettable times in the theater. It was a real privilege to be invited to sing at the Royal Opera House. This place alone has such a history. One of the things that struck me funny in the rehearsal process, when we would take breaks, everybody would always say, "Should we go have a cup of tea?" And I remember thinking how strange that was. I never thought, you know, when I have a break, I'd really like a cup of tea right now. I remember that as something that really struck a chord inside of me as being sort of funny and cute. In the L'amour doing the habanera, who's the guy that picks me up?
One of the actors. He'd be a soldier.
Do you guys know do you know who the guy is that picks me up? I think I'm one of those people who enjoy the three-ring circus, you know. I'm often energized by a lot of those last-minute things that go on, and I feel a certain surge of creativity.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
You really sort of have to have eyes all around your head and be aware of how you have to put yourself in a way outside of your body and be aware, and this is a different type of talent, to be aware of what you look like on stage. That's how you want it?
That cough in the dressing room proved an ominous warning after all. By the end of Act 2, Denyce Graves felt she was losing her voice.
When I found that I had to cancel the debut or postpone the debut, that was a real heartbreaking situation, because the Royal Opera House of Covent Garden is one that is held in such regard and such high esteem amongst people in the profession.
Just 3 days and just relax and everything is fine. Just forget it. It's fine. It's life. It's normal. And you are wonderful. Believe me. You're wonderful. And always wonderful.
I was finally there, and I had to cancel in a role which I'd had a bit of success with, so I was comfortable. And I really wanted to go there and do my thing and make my mark. And then I got not just ill, but really, really sick. Can you fix me? Just tell me that now.
I'll do my best. Give me a chance to have a look and see what's going on. I'm going to look in your nose first, okay?
I mean, I really didn't know what was going to happen. And it was the first time that the doctor mentioned cortisone, which is, I think, a 4-letter word in the industry. Lots of singers have had to take it before, you know, if you're in a situation where you've got to perform. It was not something that I pondered a lot, feeling sad about. I thought, better not to do it than to do it, and there was no way I was going to do it under those circumstances, or that I could. The voice sometimes does its own thing. But then, when it finally came, I was so hungry to be up there. I thought, I'm going to get up there tonight, and I'm going to show these British people what Carmen is all about.
She's the best Carmen around, you know, there's no doubt. She's so really full of passion, and she's so believable on the stage, you know, so beautiful. So everything is believable. You can lose your head for her. Yes, absolutely.
Have you?
Of course, you know, every night. I kill her for that every night.
Performing is important to me and my work is important to me. And so it doesn't matter if I'm performing in front of a bunch of school children or at the Royal Opera House Covent Garden. For me, it's the same, and I try to do the best that I can do on that day, at that time, under those circumstances.